live. Okay. Let's go tweet out the live stream. Getting distracted. Oh boy.
Yo.
How you doing?
Oi.
Okay. Cool. Posted the link. That's good. Stream's up and running. Now let's just get the background audio so that it's not just awkward silence. Me trying to get a different Sonic music video every fucking stream. So it's never the same. Oh boy. I do have a good idea actually. Gonna check to make sure this is what I'm looking for. It is. It's just the first one's a little ominous. That's fine. Gonna be playing the Sonic Frontiers island music in the background. It's got a chill, serene, somewhat sad vibe. It's very similar to Breath of the Wild's music in terms of tone. Ugh. I think today am going to do what I was gonna do last week and do the design for Little Sis. I was gonna do that last week, but yeah, stream canceled. Got the file up. Let's pull up the capture. And let's give Red his screen share before he throws a fit. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Should be all good. Where's my fucking drawing glove? Yeah, it's on me. Where is my drawing glove? Oh, it fell. So yeah, last we left off, I had finished Behemoth. So now Brosif, and Behemoth are done. Next up is Lil Sis. We'll see if Lil Sis is the last character, but for now, that's what I'm gonna do. Alrighty. Cool. Start now. There we go. Let's go to my tools, brushes, and you. Okay. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Is that brush the size I would want? It's pretty good. So, I definitely want to accentuate the feminine character traits. Because, as we talked about, that's part of the goal with this character design. Is definitely not to try to imply she's part of the group because she's masculine and, like a tomboy, so she gets to be one of the boys. So going in the extreme opposite direction, specifically to really, really drive home that that femininity is not a contradiction to being a bro in this vague theming concept. That said, one of the goals is to avoid the pitfalls that come with portraying traditional femininity. There's definitely a bit of a girl boss type demeanor she's going to have of, like, despite being feminine, she's really tough and strong, and that itself is a trope. There are negatives to that trope. The easiest one to fall into is the classic bitchy thing. Don't want to do that. She's not going to be a mean-spirited character. Despite her flirtatious and very feminine and feisty demeanor, she is absolutely not mean-spirited. That is a very important line to not cross if I want to keep this from devolving into trope, which was the whole point of avoiding the tomboy thing in the first place, was to avoid a harmful trope. You know what I mean? So, going in the opposite direction and doing that trope is still bad. It's, like, just as bad, at least. You know? It's probably worse, honestly. I am leaning into sexualization, which has its own potential pitfalls. Because it comes with some implications of, for example, attaching the concept of sexualization to women. If I add more characters in this, I definitely would like to help counterbalance that with at least one male character who's more revealing. It wouldn't fit the 3 I have here, but I think that would be a good step. But on top of that, I need to, I think, keep the line that she's dressed this way for herself type of an attitude. Not like a... We don't want to give the classic other negative feminine thing of, oh my god, she's a slut, Which, first off, sex positive. Who cares? If we can be proud of men for having sex, we can do that for women too. Although it's not something necessarily to be proud of as much as it's also not something to be ashamed of, it's just a thing. Anyway. But secondly, again, we just don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It has negative implications towards the concept of femininity, and given this is my singular female character representation, there's a lot of dicey lines to tread of implication, which also runs into the trope of the girl. In this case, being the girl is an intentional, joke about the trope. But when making fun of a trope like that, you have to be careful to make it clear that you're making fun of the trope and it's not just the trope. You know? That's a difficult line to walk. The only other option I have, if not the only other option I would have, if I don't want to commit to this being a play on the trope, because if you're going to have an all-male cast and one female, it's going to draw comparison to the girl character trope, right? So quite literally, the only realistic option I have besides that is make a good number of female characters in the roster. It's that, or subvert the girl trope. And given I want a 4-character minimum, and I am refusing to design more characters right now, I should act as if she's going to be the only female character. You know what I mean? One out of 4 is not a terrible ratio. It's 1 away from being 50-50. But it's still, you know... You only need 3 characters to do the girl trope. You know what I mean? Technically, you could do it with as few as 1 and just be she's a girl and that's why she has her personality. But in terms of, like, the group thing, at least. Because when it's a group, you have the contrast to the other characters who can be more deep. And it's like, oh, so these characters have more depth. I guess you could do it with 2, but that would just be weird. It strikes home when it's in a specific imbalance of, like, yeah, you have more than one male character, and they're not defined by just by being male, but then you have the female character, and there's, like, one of her, and she's just girl, you know? So I will say, in terms of representation, yes, this has probably been the character I've been most nervous about. I've been putting a lot of thought into it. It's not... You know, I'm not, like, just slapping it together and saying, yeah! But thinking about it isn't the same as succeeding. You know? This is the part where I, as an artist, say to people, remember, it's good to have at least a degree of good faith towards critics that when they make a mistake and do something harmful, that it might be a mistake and not intentional. Remember that. Particularly for me. I'm trying. I really am. If I'm missing something, I'm not seeing it right now. Well, you see, we gotta do the classic subversion that she's actually bisexual. Wow. I haven't even thought about her sexuality until now. Just for that joke. You know what, though? I think that if I do end up making more characters, I think we're going to commit to these 4 being the core cast.
Start with them, have the others unlockable.
Well, also, like, in a quote-unquote narrative sense, I guess, like, these 4 are close friends. To the point where you could borderline call them found family. You know what I mean? They literally view each other like siblings. But if I make more characters, I wouldn't want them all to have that relation. So I think it would be like these 4 and then extended friend group. You know what I mean?
Or is it about recruiting other people into the Brothas?
The Brothas. The story that this game doesn't have. It's story loosely, as in just my fucking headcanon for OCs that I'm making.
I mean, you could have, like, just a basic one, which is like they went and did this, and this happened as a result.